I'm so ashamed. Okay. So one of the first things that Doug asked me upon my arrival at his house was, hi, how are you? How was your trip? Did you bring your smoking jacket? And my answer was, of course, no, because I had no idea we were going to do another episode of Spooning with Spoony. So once again, this is not my fault. I just kind of get pushed into things. It's like peer pressure. It was the first time the girls got together, and they're like, we should do this thing where we appear in bed with Spoony, who's doing a show about his sexual conquests, and one of us is horrified, and one of us is actually really down with it. I swear to God, this is not my idea. And again, I'm completely unprepared for this thing. Both of these were entirely improv on the spot, and that's not to say we didn't have several takes, but basically they're telling me, like, oh, we're gonna do the Spooning with Spoony thing. Put your smoking jacket on, and of course I had to borrow the Ask That Guy robe, but I think it worked out because I claimed the original robe had stains. But this shot in particular was very difficult to do because you'll notice it is one sustained shot, and I go on for quite a while. And Doug actually asked me, he said, could you go on for about 2 minutes? Because he really wanted to get this thing where he hears my voice, he wakes up, he's like, oh my God, what's going on? And then all of a sudden he looks over, he sees me doing my thing, and he realizes what's going on, and he gets that look on his face. And he holds that look for quite a while, but he's like, could you go for 2 minutes or so? And I'm like, I don't know, because most of the time, the last time it was very pieced together from very short bits. The first time, Lindsay actually did a very masterful job of editing a lot of very isolated clips together to make it look like one continuous whole. But in this one, I go on for about 90 seconds before there's any kind of editing. Actually, I think it's about a minute, but still, that's quite a long time for me to go without cracking up on this particular bit. And don't ask me how you administer the spocker to a man, but I guess when you've got the spoonster's imagination, you can work it out. I also like how I have the exact same set of questions on my card. Like, this really bugs me, this whole Evil Dead 2 thing. Sequel or remake or what? He hasn't evolved at all. The show format is completely the same. But it was good Doug had in mind a very specific way he wanted this to go. He said he wanted, from the beginning, he wanted this really long clip at the opening where he realizes what's going on. He gets that look on his face. Welcome you to the show. And he didn't want to say anything. He wanted to go through this whole time without saying a word. He wanted to be the real victim here. And he also, I don't know who came up with the idea that we should have some kind of consolation prize where he just kind of sticks somebody with Post-it notes. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be, but I imagine as this show evolves, we'll have some kind of real consolation prize, like a t-shirt or even a home game or like some kind of branded dildo. I don't know. I can't believe these guys agreed to this. Well, what slays me about this, he's gonna smell his fingers.
Unless you want the first tape to hit the internet as well, my man.
He's got 3 Post-it notes. He's a 3 sticker. I don't even know what that means. We did a few takes where I was listing off various Latin flavored dishes, just making stuff up. I don't know what it is about this show. I just started listing things off to make them sound really dirty, like the fresh ground pepper, which I would not be surprised if the fresh ground pepper is a legitimate sexual technique.
By the way, in case you're
but I mean, my God, I actually tried to sit down and somehow puzzle together, just trying to make sense. Like, what is this series? What is going on? It doesn't make any sense. We got a show. This guy is making a show who is an admitted serial date rapist and is shamelessly editing together a show wherein he victimizes and then proceeds to interview his victims about movies and just rubs their nose in it like, you should never have done this. What? How stupid are you? You know who I am. Didn't you see the first episode? Like, I can only assume that nobody has seen these episodes. Like, he's only storing these episodes in his closet for his own gratification. Like, and who's holding the camera? I mean, I know Rob Walker is holding the camera, but like, in the continuity of this show, who in the hell is standing over the bed holding the camera? And why is this person never acknowledged? Why did the police never stop me? And just, it hurts. My favorite line is, "Easy, dude, easy, I'm gonna nut." Oh, man. I'm going to go on a little bit past the end of this because it was pretty short. But I guess I should thank everyone involved. Thank them for being such amazingly good sports, for putting something this depraved on. Like, Doug, Joe, man, I love you guys. I think, as we've just shown, I loved you guys way too much. Thanks to Ed Glazer, who initially started out doing the camera for this, but had to bow out. We sampled some of Chicago's finest deep dish pizza, and it hit Ed's stomach like a brick of plutonium. Yeah, it was good, but it was heavy, and so when you're not ready for that kind of Chicago cuisine, it can sometimes hit you the wrong way. Who am I forgetting? Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Bennett. And thanks, most of all, to my girlfriend, Scarlett, who is by far the most understanding and tolerant woman I think I've ever known. Probably in the history of the world, because she has seen her boyfriend probably shame himself more than anyone else in the history of the internet, and doing things that are more than likely illegal even to think about. Yeah. I got a weird job.